classmates will tell you there's one question that people never stop asking us. Why do you want to be a rabbi or any Jewish professional? Of course, we all prepare our personal elevator speech about our calling to positions of Jewish leadership. But for me, that question has been a little bit different. Given my background in organic chemistry and biology, the question becomes, how do you make sense of science and religion? And usually to this question, I get an answer about how these two worlds can overlap, that rational faith is possible. But recently, I discovered through the words of Rav Yosef Soloveitchik that it is actually the way that these two worlds don't overlap that drives my passion for this work. In The Lonely Man of Faith, Soloveitchik outlines two paradigms of human experience, two modes of existence based off of the two creation stories in the book of Genesis. Genesis 1 gives us Adam 1, the human who God commands to rule and subdue the earth. Adam 1 is a person driven by ambition. He is aggressive, bold, and victory-oriented. Adam 1 encounters the universe and asks, what is it? How can I use it? He is a scientist who discovered the mysteries of the atom, the human body, the universe, and uses that knowledge to improve the world. Now, as noble as Adam 1 is, his existence is incomplete, because the victory-minded striver does not leave much room for dialogue or relationship with others. The second typology, Adam 2, the lonely human of faith, completes the picture for us. He encounters the universe, and instead of asking what it is, he asks, what does it mean? God created Adam 2 alone, and it is that existential loneliness that causes him to seek out covenantal community. And while Adam 1 seeks success, Adam 2 realizes that truly cathartic redemption cannot come from success alone, but from being part of something greater than himself. Now, the way that I interpret Soloveitchik's paradigm is that Adam 1 represents a person engaged with the predominant culture, whereas Adam 2 is a profoundly countercultural person. Of course, it is essential for us to inhabit both Adam 1 and Adam 2, to participate in the broader culture while also recognizing its limitations. We have to both strive for success and to reach out to each other and sacrifice for each other. We must both seek to understand the universe and also leave room in our souls for open-mouthed wonder. I fear, however, that in our modern lives, this task is particularly challenging. Our culture tells us that we must be connected constantly through technology, but we forget the countercultural institution of Shabbat that creates holy time away from conquering the world and allows us to find balance in our souls. Our culture has idolized the sovereign self, setting egotistical individualism as the norm, but we cannot forget our Jewish values of community that tell us that we are both responsible to and for one another. Our culture has produced extreme economic inequality and corporations that serve the wealthy and well-connected. But we cannot forget our countercultural prophetic call to feed the hungry and work on behalf of the dispossessed. Our culture reads blogs and tweets, but we engage in the profoundly countercultural act of turning and turning again a 2,500-year-old book written in a dead Semitic language. My friends and colleagues, as we enter into the world of Jewish institutional life, Jewish education, or continue on the path towards becoming rabbis, we are entering into a world of profound change in the Jewish community. We are told that Jewish institutional life is declining, synagogue membership is no longer given, and that people question the value of Jewish education. We are told that the problem exists in the predominant culture and our inability to adapt to it. America is secularizing, people don't see the value of being joiners, and patterns of donation are changing. My friends, I want to suggest in the face of all of this that we have to hold on to a vision of Judaism as a countercultural force in the world. A force that stands apart from a culture that can leave people dissatisfied and spiritually and emotionally empty. That is precisely why the world needs us, because we don't bend and change with the winds of culture, but rather we hold on to old and sacred wisdom. Because we strive to live spiritually full lives, because we value community, because we see not only what is, but also what could be. Because when the world inevitably hurts and disappoints us, our values, our community, and yes, indeed, our God, are always there to help us find transcendent meaning. Whether it has been through the hauntingly beautiful music of the High Holy Days, the sacred texts that have taught me the meaning of being human, the Shabbatot I've spent collecting time with friends and loved ones, the Hasidic tales, the moments of radical amazement, or the heartfelt devotion in prayer, Judaism has touched every part of my soul. The scientist and the spiritual seeker, Adam 1 and Adam 2. And I truly believe that when we hold on to a transcendent vision of Judaism, we not only help make meaning for people or give them community, we also give them life. Thank you.